So, Combs, the Dallas Cowboys seasons will be deemed a success if this.
If they win more than one playoff game. You are extremely talented. And we talked about the Dallas Cowboys earlier. So many weapons. And I don't even believe that they can win their division. So many weapons. And I don't think that this team is a playoff team. You saw my picks earlier. Did you laugh when I put out the NFC East?
I did not. I thought they were pretty spot on.
I like the NFC East is just that division where like it's like in baseball we always look at the AL and NL Central, right? Like who's going to be the worst team to actually win a division?
Yeah.
Right? And that's what we shouldn't be getting that with the Dallas Cowboys. You are so talented. You should run away with this division and not even have a worry come week 12. You should be 10-2 and sitting pretty while everybody else is sitting at 6-4 or 5-5. You know, you should be sitting in that position where nobody else is even close to you, and you could probably rest your guys every week for the rest of the season if you needed to get people healthy. That's how talented this team is. But they're going to struggle, and they're going to have to fight and claw and scratch their way to get into a playoff spot. And that, like we talked about it, it's Mike McCarthy. It's a coaching problem in Dallas. This isn't a talent problem. You got all the talent in the world. You've got guys on any other team. If this team was coached by Bill Belichick, if this was a New England Patriots team, we'd be wondering whether or not they were going to go 17-0 and win a Super Bowl again.
They'll probably be a losing team. Let's just be honest.
But it's the Dallas Cowboys and it's Mike McCarthy, and we're wondering if they can even beat out the Philadelphia Eagles and Washington Commanders to win the division.
Both not terrible teams, with the Commanders do have a pretty good defense.
They're not as talented as the Dallas Cowboys are.
You're right, exactly right. But games is not one on paper; it's one on the field. But
right,
if the Dallas Cowboys have their season to be deemed a success, Combs, you nailed it, spot on here. They have to win more than one playoff game this season, and if they don't, Mike McCarthy is out. There should be no reason why. For the last 5 or 6 years since Dak has been at the helm, excuse me, we are talking about the Dallas Cowboys Super Bowl, and they're not even winning playoff games. I mean, Jason Garrett and Mike McCarthy, like something's got to give.
Get yourself a drink. Get your voice back. The Dallas Cowboys in an NFC where, I mean, we're talking about what, maybe. Let's say the Rams are a heavy favorite in the NFC again. Let's say the Arizona Cardinals are probably a favorite to do some damage and can potentially be a top team in the NFC again. And let's say the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, right? You should be in that conversation. You should be in that conversation of, is this team going to be representing the NFC in the Super Bowl? And they're not. Outside of Dallas and outside of ESPN, because they love to talk about the Dallas Cowboys because it makes them money, nobody believes in this team. Nobody is saying, oh, you know what? I got my money on the Dallas Cowboys.
I do.
Nobody. Because the Dallas Cowboys are not – they're just not that team. And again, we go to the coaching staff. The Dallas Cowboys, to me, are – I don't even want to say the Buffalo Bills of the 90s, right? Because the Buffalo Bills of the 90s at least went to Super Bowl. No, the Buffalo Bills went to Super Bowls. The Dallas Cowboys don't even do that. The Dallas Cowboys, they get to the playoffs, and that's good enough, and then they get bounced by a team that they shouldn't get bounced by.